Package management. So in package management, if we are working on a Red Hat style system, then the RPM command works. And if we are working on the Debian style system, then dpkg command works. In RPM command for installing the local packages. Now when I say local packages, that means the packages which is available locally in your system. Either it is in your DVD or you have downloaded from somewhere. It is also called local. So local packages, that is which is you are having in your system, you can install in Red Hat style system. You can install with RPM command. And if you are working on Debian system, Debian systems like Ubuntu, we have Kali Linux, we have others which is Debian style. So in that we don't have .rpm files, we will get the .dab files, dev files. That is what Debian packages. So for managing the Debian packages, we have this command dpkg. So this command works for managing kg packages. So in dpkg command, we have these options. Like first, dpkg-l is to check the installed packages, like if the package is installed or not. Then we can check, we can install by using -i command. If we want to uninstall the package, then we can use the -r command. Then we can use to check all the files and directories created with this package. We can check with the -L command. Then to show the package name of this file, that means if you know the file and you don't know who created this file or which package created the file, then you can check by the dpkg-S command. So these things are same as what RPM command we use. So we can do the same thing with dpkg command. Now we see, let's see how we can run these commands. So this is Kali Linux, and this Kali Linux is basically based on Ubuntu, and Ubuntu is Debian style system. Now here, if I try to run RPM command, it says command not found, because the RPM command is not there. But we have dpkg command, dpkg. So we have a command here and we have options here. So it is saying that you are missing the options, give help. So if you want to check the commands, then you can check the help also. So this is a command which we have here. Now for installing the local packages, I have downloaded one package. This is what TeamViewer. Now first, if you want to check the package is installed or not, so we will use dpkg command with -l, and then we will mention the package name. Package name is TeamViewer. So when I check, it says no package found matching the TeamViewer, so it is not installed. Now if I want to install the package, then I will give -i. Now when you are installing the package, then you have to mention that where your package is. So my package is under download, and this is the package name which I want to install. And you can see the structure of the format of the package is same as RPM, only the difference is what? The extension, which is what? .deb, which is for Debian. Other than that, the package name, then the version, major version, minor version, and the architecture, and then the extension. So these are same like we have in RPM packages. Now for installing the package, capital -i, and then the location of your package, where your package is located, and the name of the package, and then when you press enter, it will start installing the package, and it is done. Now I will whether it is installed or not by using -l, and now it is saying it is installed. and it is giving you the information also, like what it is actually, the TeamViewer, it is the version, and it is the architecture and the description also, that remote control and meeting solution. So the package is that. Now if I want to check what are the files comes with this package, so I can go with -N, and it is showing that these files is created by this package. And like suppose you know some file and you don't know who created the file. So for example, I know this file. Now I don't know who created the file, then I can use dpkg -S and the file name. So it will provide the package name, that this package has created this file. So this is a dpkg command which we use in a Debian style system for managing the packages which is .deb for the Debian system. Other than that, if you are working on Red Hat, then you can work with rpm command for managing the .rpm files. And this rpm and this dpkg also, both are for local packages, that local packages which you have. So it is only for managing the local packages. Now whenever you install any local packages, then we can install it very easily by using the -I option. -I option with rpm, and if we want to use it for if you want to see the detail, then we use IVX. So this is a way we can do it very easily. Now if we want to update the package, like I got the new version of this package, that means the software, I got the new version and I want to update that version, so we can do it by using -U. This U is for updating your current package. Now updating your current package, that means it will update it and update with the new version, but right now it is the same version. So if I try it, it will say that it is already it is already installed, so it is already there. But if I get the new package for this one, so it will be used for updating the package. So -U, U is for updating your current package with the new version with rpm. Now these are all what for installing your local packages and installing with ease. Now when I want to install, I will use I. If I want to install update, I will use I, and it will install. Now we have a problem when we installing any packages in our Red Hat system or our Linux system, even in a Debian, you are installing it with the dpkg. We have a small problem here. I will show you the problem first. So I am installing one more package here, which is under Media ISO. Now I want to install, let me check first, is it already there or not. YP serve. Okay, so this package is not installed and I want to install the package. So I will use -IVH and the path of that package. So it is under the CD DVD which I have mounted on this Media ISO directory. So under the packages directory we have YP serve. So the package is available and I want to install this package. The command is -I. VH is for verbosely and showing you the more information. Okay, now when I press enter, it is not installing. It is giving me a error here. It is saying failed. What it is saying here, error, it is saying failed dependencies. Now this is a problem. This is a problem. That means it is saying that this package, if you want to install this package, so this package is dependent on this library file. This is actually a library file. It is saying libtokyocabinet.so. These .so files are basically library files. So it is what it is saying, that this for running this package we need this library file, and it is saying is needed by this ypserv package, and it is also saying that this library file is it will come with this package. So it is giving the package name also. It is saying Tokyo Cabinet is needed package. So we need this package first to install, and then we can install this ypserv. So because we need this library file, so when we install this package, so we will get this library file, and with this library file this package will work. Now it is mentioning the package which we want to install, which we have to install, and it is showing that this library file is required. Now it is saying you have to install it first. Now it is not installing automatically. That is the problem, because the file is available in the DVD. If you check ls under media ISO packages, and if I check that do I have this Tokyo Cabinet, so I do have it. So I have this file, but it is still not installing it. The package is available in the DVD, but it is not installing it automatically. It is not like Windows. When we install in windows.exe, it will do it graphically, and also it will do what? It will start using all that, whatever it needs, it will install automatically. It will tell you that it needs this. Do you want to install it? You say yes, and it will start installing all those things. Now here what happens, these dependencies are not manually automatically resolved. So you will see the problem here. It is saying that this one package is needed. So first I have to install this one, and then I can install the original package. So if I want to install this ypserv, so first I have to install this Tokyo Cabinet what is it, package dependency. So let's install that one first. So now I'm installing this one. Now this one is installed. Now I can install ypserv. And now it is installed. So previously it was not installing because of the dependency. Now the dependency is fulfilled. Now it is installing, normally. Now if I want to remove the package, for example, if I want to remove this Tokyo Cabinet, remember the ypserv is dependent on this. So if I suppose want to remove this package, so I will use this command -e and the package name. Now it is saying that this package is having a dependency. That means this ypserv is depending on this. So first, if you want to remove this, then you have to remove this first. Then you can remove this Tokyo Cabinet. Now if I remove ypserv, then it will remove, because it is not depending on anything, but this Tokyo Cabinet, the Tokyo Cabinet has the dependency. So if you want to remove this, so first you have to remove the ypserv, and then you can remove Tokyo Cabinet. And now again if I try to install it again ypsub, again I am seeing the problem of dependency. Now here in this package we have only one dependency, but sometime you can have multiple dependencies, and multiple dependencies, that means those all dependencies you have to resolve manually. So sometime we can have multiple dependencies. Multiple dependencies is like suppose you have you're installing one package and it has one dependency or two dependencies. So you are going to install two packages, then those two packages can have other dependencies. So we can go on to have multiple dependencies. For example, for example I am installing this package, package 1. Let's say I am installing package 1. So when I try to install this one, it says I need two dependencies. It says I need package 2. I need package 2 first, and then I need package 3 also. These are my dependencies. It is package 1's dependency. Now when I try to install package 2, so package 2 says I have more two dependencies. Let's say package 4 and package 5. Now remember, you have to install all these dependencies manually. Then when I try to install package 3, it says I have 3 dependencies. It says I have 3 dependencies. Package 6, package 7, now when I try to install this package 7, it says I have 2 dependencies. So it can go on and we can have multiple dependencies. Let's say package 8, package 9. So we can have multiple dependencies. So we can have, suppose package 4 need more dependencies, it needs also more dependencies, and those dependencies need some more dependencies. So it is like we can have multiple dependencies to resolve. And now remember, you have to do it manually. So first you have to resolve these two, then you can install this, then you have to install these two, then you can install this, then you have to install all these two, then you can install this, then maybe it has also dependencies, so install all those dependencies, then you can install this one, then you install this one with all the dependencies, then after installing all that things, then you can install these two packages, and then finally you can install this package. So it can have multiple dependencies sometime, and whether it is available in the same directory, it will not install, it will install, you have to install it manually, and that is the problem here. Now what is the solution? So what is the solution here? Now solution is here, the solution for resolving the dependencies here in Red Hat is yum. It is yum server, and this is also a solution for installing the packages from internet. It is actually installing the packages from internet. This yum is for installing the online packages. RPM is for installing the local packages, and this yum is to install the online packages. Now online packages, that means it can have all the packages, and you can install all the packages. You can download those packages from internet and you can install it, and also with all the dependencies. So this yum will do what? it will install the packages with dependencies. Now what is Yum? Yum is what? It is an online server available from Red Hat. That means on Red Hat side they have created their own their own Yum server, and those Yum server has all the available packages which we required. So it has thousands of packages available on that Yum server. It is called Yum repository. In that Yum repository you have all the available packages which you want. And what you can do from your local system, you can use this Yum command to access that Yum server which is available from Red Hat, and you can download and install the packages with all the dependencies. That means you don't have to install the dependencies manually. You can do it automatically by using this Yum server. Now if you want to use the Yum server of Red Hat, so the first condition is to subscribe this Red Hat distribution. That means you have to get the genuine version, and you have to subscribe it, you have to register it. Otherwise now you are not able to use the Red Hat Yum server. That means for using the Red Hat Yum server you have to subscribe first, and after subscribing this Red Hat system, you will get the information of your Red Hat Yum server. Now where you will get the Red Hat Yum server information? Because suppose if I use this command Yum server, so my machine will go to Yum server of Red Hat and try to download those packages. Now for that our machine should know that where is the Red Hat server, where is the Red Hat Yum server, what is the path and what is the location of that server. So that thing is updated in our local system in the Yum configuration file. So when we subscribe this Red Hat, so the information for the Red Hat server, the Red Hat Yum server will be updated into the configuration file of this Yum server. Now where is the configuration file? So it is under etc yum.repos.d. It is for Yum repositories directory, and under that directory you have this file redhat.repo. Now this is the default configuration file of this Yum server here in Red Hat, and this file contains the information about the Red Hat Yum server. But right now what is it inside? If I try to check what is inside this file, so you can see there is nothing inside this file. And what it is saying here, you can read, it is saying this is auto generated, so we don't have to add anything here. It says changes made here will be overwritten. So if you have any changes here, if you have write any changes, it will be overwritten. Now what it is saying in the next line, that use subscription manager repo override help if you wish to make changes. So whatever the changes you made here manually, it will be overwritten by the subscription manager. And subscription manager is what? Your subscribe. If you want to subscribe this Linux, then this is the command for doing that. So with using this command you can subscribe your Linux first, and when you subscribe your Linux, this file will also get updated, and this file will get the information about Red Hat repository. Right now it is not having anything, and it is saying if you want to change something manually, then you have to override command. You have to use subscription manager repo override command to override any changes here. Other than that you are not able to do any changes here. It is the default one, and it is generated by the subscription manager. And if this file is empty and this system is subscribed, so consider a Yum repo list to refresh available repos. So what is it saying? That if the file is empty and you have already subscribed the system, then you can do what? You can run this command to refresh the available repos, available repository. So this file contains the information, and when we use the Yum command, then what? When we use the Yum command, to manage the package, to install the package. So yum command checks this file here in this directory, and whatever the information is there, it will try to go to that location, that server, and try to download the packages and try to install it with dependencies. Now this Red Hat repository is when you subscribe, then only you can get that system, that repository. Now if you don't subscribe, remember this is open source, so it says that if you don't want, then you can go on, and you can go on without subscribing it. So it is not necessary or not compulsory to subscribe it. Now if I don't subscribe, then where I will get the repository? So if you don't subscribe it, then you have other free repositories available in internet which you can use. So there are multiple other repositories available which we can use for this Red Hat system. So if you want to use those free repositories, then you should go to internet and find out some free repositories. So you will get the path of that free repositories, and then you can add that information into this directory. Now to get that repository, let me check first. We have to get the internet connected in our system. So I will connect the internet first here. So for checking the online repositories, free repositories, I will go to Firefox. I have connected the internet here in this system. So I'll go to Firefox. It is going to the official site first. I don't want to go there. So I'll go to Google, and I will say, let's say, free yum repositories for RHEL 7. So it is saying, this is first option is saying, okay, this is top 8 yum third party repositories for CentOS and RHEL. So let's see what those top 8 we have. So we have this first. This is what EPEL repository. This EPEL repository is also free and available for use, so we can use this. This is a free and open source popular community based repository project aimed to providing high quality packages that have been developed, tested and improved in Fedora and made available for RHEL. So remember, Fedora is what the community based version of RHEL, Red Hat, and when we use it, the first it is used in this one, and then it is okay, then it is available for RHEL also. Also it is available for CentOS and Scientific Linux and similar Linux distributions. So most of the other repository listed in this article are dependent on EPEL. Now most of the other dependent on EPEL, that means if you want to use the other repository like REMI, so for that also first you need EPEL. You need EPEL first, and for this one RPM Fusion, again you need first EPEL, and for using this EL repo, again you need first EPEL, and then you can use this one. Then notes, there is this is other dependency repository, then you have this repository, you have this repository. So you have lots of other repositories, but most of them are what depending on this. So first you have to create this, then you can use that repository also. Now if you want to use this EPEL also, so it is saying here that install it by yum. Now here is the problem. Now what Red Hat has done, On RHEL 7, you need to enable the optional and extra repository, since EPL packages may dependent on packages from these repositories, and that you have to do it by this subscription manager. Now subscription manager, first you have to add this, and you have to enable this extra repositories, and then you can use this EPEL repository. You can install this EPEL repository by using this yum. Now for doing this, you need to subscribe it. Let's see if I run this command. I copy this command first. And I will run this command here. Now this command is saying subscription manager, using the subscription manager command for repositories, repos, and it is enabling RHEL star optional RPMs. All the optional RPMs it is enabling. So it is enabling with this, it is making the changes under this configuration file and enabling these other repository. So if I run this command, so it is going to update what? This file and enable that. Now what it is saying here? It is saying this is not valid repository ID. It is saying that it is not a valid repository ID. Now why? Because in this file we don't have anything. We don't have any information in this file. And that means what? For getting the information in this file, we need to subscribe first. So basically we have not subscribed it. So if we have not subscribed, then what? We are not able to enable these extra and other optional repositories, and if we are not able to do this, then we are not able to install the RPM file, the other repository EPEL also. So this is a problem. Now what Red Hat has done, it has actually disabled it from RHEL 7, and now we are not able to use this third-party EPEL repository unless we have enabled the original repository of Red Hat. So when we subscribed it, then we have enabled the original one, and when we enable the original one, then we can install this third-party EPEL repository. Previously, when you are working on RHEL 6, you can use directly download this and you can install this. So if suppose I say here I want to use it for RHEL 6. So for RHEL 6, this one, let's say for RHEL 6 and 5. So when I looking for the RHEL 6 repository for RHEL 6, it is the old article and we have available here, and what we have here, it is RPM Fusion repository, and here we are seeing what the path for downloading it. It is the location for downloading it. So I can download this, but I have this EPEL also. I can download this Fusion, but Fusion is depending on EPEL. Now EPEL, you can see it is also available here for RHEL 7 and 6, but it is the old article. So till then it was available, but now it is not available. If I try to go to this path, if I try to open this path, it says what? File not found. Let's try for RHEL 6. Also not available. So if we try to download these repository file from online, from directly from these sites or other sites, then these are not available. If you see, it was for the Fedora project, so they have removed this free option, free EPL repository files. So we are not able to download it. So we can download it only when we subscribe our system. That means very simple. If we have not subscribed, then we are not able to use this EPL repository. And if you are not able to use EPL repository, then again you can't use other repositories also. Like say for example this Fusion, I can download it, it is available, but I cannot use it. When I try to install this one, it says it need first EPL. So that means for installing this Fusion repository, first you have to install EPL. So I have downloaded this RPM Fusion repository file. It is an RPM file, and when I try to install this file, it says first I need this EPL repository file. So when you get the EPL, then you can install this one also. So basically Reddit is now saying that if you want any, then you have to first, if you want third-party repositories, then you have to first subscribe it. Otherwise use the free version of this RHEL, which is CentOS. Now if they are not allowing us to access their repositories, then what we can do, we can create our own repository. That means for installing or configuring our Linux server, basic server, whatever the packages we need, all the packages are available by default. They are all available under this packages directory. So whatever we need, we have it here. Only the problem is it is not resolving the dependencies. So the problem for us was this only, it is not resolving the dependencies. So what we can do, we can create our own repository. We can create our own local repository. Now local repository, that means only our system will use, no other system can use. Or we can create our own network repository. Now network repository means what? We will create one server as a YUM server for us, and all the other machines in our network can use that YUM server to download and install the packages. So we can create our own YUM server also. So we don't need internet server, we can use it for our local one. So right now we will see first how we can create our own local YUM server. So if we want, we can use our local YUM server, and even we can create a network YUM server. For network YUM server, we need network to configure, and we need some other protocols to be configured also. For example, either you can use FTP protocol or even you can use HTTP protocol. So after configuring those protocols, then you can configure this network YUM server that will work as a network YUM server for all your system in the network. So any system from your network can use that server and access it and download the packages and install the packages. Now the packages we have to make available those packages manually. That means we have to put all the packages in that server, either it is locally or network YUM server. Now first we will see how we can configure local YUM server. Now for local YUM server, what I will do, whatever the packages I need, basically all the packages are available in the installation media. So I am going to use that installation media, that means the installation DVD, for our local YUM server to get the packages. So it is very simple. First we have to make sure that the DVD is connected and mounted. df-h. So our DVD is mounted, it is connected, and it is available on this directory. So I know the directory, and remember it is not actual path. I have changed it. That means I have remounted to this directory. It was mounted on some other directory, the default directory, which was under run media and root, and then this directory. So it is still there, it is still mounted there, and this is the other directory which I used to mount. So first you make sure that your DVD is connected and mounted properly. If you have used the original path. This is the default path of your directory of your DVD. You can use this path also, or even you can change the path. If you feel like the path is very long, then you can change the path also. But make sure that your DVD is always mounted on this directory. Otherwise, when you restart your system, your mounted will go back to the default one, and you have given this path, so your yum will not work. So if you change the path, if you mount your yum server, your DVD into another directory, then you have to make it persistent, and you have to make it persistent by adding the entry into fstep file. So I think it is not persistent, so what I will do, I will use it to update the fstep file for it first. So I'll go to etc fstep file first, and I will add the entry for my DVD here in a new location. So always when I connect my DVD, it will mount it on this directory. So what I will do, I will create a mount point for it. So dev/cd-rom, and I want to mount it on under media ISO directory, and the file system is the ISO 996 or so ISO 9660 is the file system. Other things will remain in default 00. So by this way, now my DVD will always mount on this directory. So I know it will always mount on this directory. Let us check it. So I will mount the CD-ROM first, dev CD-ROM. Now it is not mounted. If we check, and you can see it goes back to the default path. Now I will use mount-a, and it is mounting now. So it is mounted now, and it is mounted on the location where I want. So it is always mount, it will always mount on this directory. So first we have to make sure that our DVD is mounted on a directory, it is connected, or it is already mounted. The next thing we'll do is what? We will create a new configuration file for our local yum server. For the yum server of Red Hat or any other third-party yum server, the location for the configuration files are here, and under this directory you have one configuration file already available, that is for your subscribed Linux. Now I will create my own file for my local yum server in that current location. Very simple. For creating our yum repository, yum local repository, we need all the we need packages, and that packages are all available in the DVD installation DVD. So we will use that, and what we will do, first we have to make sure that the DVD is mounted and connected, and it is connected, either it is on default location or any other location. You just have to make sure that it is available. Make it entry into the fstep file if you are using any another location, and then we will create a new file for our new configuration file for our local yum repository in this configuration directory of yum. So by default there is one file which is available for subscription. So when you subscribe, you will get the changes in that file, but we need what? Our own. So what we'll do, we will create a new file. Now when you create a new file, so new file, name can be any, but you have to make sure we have to make sure it will have dot repo extension. So it must have dot repo extension, so that when you run the yum command, when you run it, it will detect that file. Otherwise it will not detect that file. So it will read the file only when it has dot repo extension. Otherwise it will not read. Just like the default file we have there, it is also having an extension of .repo. So we will create our own file also, which will have the same extension. So for creating the file, what we will do, we will use command. We can use any. We will use yum, and then we will mention the location etc yum.repos.d. Now here I am going to create my file with the name of local, but the extension will always be .repo. Now in that file you will add the changes, and you will make your repos directory's location. So we have already available, the DVD is already connected and available. Now you can see the location. This is the default directory, this is the configuration directory, and this is the default file, which is also having the extension of .repo. So I am going to create my own file under the same location, so that the yum can read the file. And the file name I am going to give the local. I can give any name, but dot extension is important, that is repo. Now in this, what I will mention here is like this. It is RHEL. Now this is a label. This is a label for my yum server. You can write any label. Now next will be the name. Name also you can give any. Let's say I am saying my local yum server. You can give any name. Now the most important thing here is the base URL. Now this thing is important here. Now base URL defines that where is your packages, where the packages are located. That means where you have all the packages available. So here you have to give the path. Now because it is a local file, it is a local yum server, so I am giving the local path here. But local path I will give like this: file, then colon // Remember I am giving file. I am not using any protocol here. I am not using FTP, HTTP. I am using a file command here. And under the file you give colon // These two slash will always go. Now I will mention the path here. So the packages, this DVD is mounted on under /media/ISO. So the first two slashes are for this file colon // This will always remain that. Then you will mention the path. So the path will start from /media and then ISO. So in this directory I have all the packages available. I have mounted my DVD there. Next important command is to say enable. Enable is equal to 1. That means 1 means enable, 0 means disable. So if I say enable 0, that means it is not enable. If I say enable 1, that means it is enable. So I am enabling this repository, and I am saying that when I run yum command, you have to go for this repository and you have to check this repository. So I am going for 1. Other thing, I will give command gpg check, and I am going to disable it right now, because it is what it is to check the key, the encrypted key for that integrity of the packages. So if you get, suppose if you get the packages from online, then the integrity is important, because you know what, you can get the fake packages. So when you use the online Yum server, you will get the key also, and you can, when you download the package, then you can match those keys. But right now we are not using online packages, we are using only our DVD packages. So I don't need this because I don't have it basically. So I will disable it. So this is what I have to add in this file. And then so this is what I will add in this file. These are the changes, and after doing these changes, what I will do, I will save and quit. So after saving the file, you are done with it, and you have created your own local Yum server. It is that simple. Now just you have to update your Yum, and then you can just use it. So I will save it, and then just after saving it, as soon as you save, your Yum server is created. Now you just have to update it. For updating, we will use command yum update. Before using the yum update, let's delete the previous anything. Like if you have any repositories in cache, then you should remove all those cache. So I will say yum clear all. It will remove all the previous cache. I'll do one more time. It is actually clean all. Clean all, clean all, clean all. Now everything is clean. Now I will update the fresh one, so I'll say yum update. And it is now updating. Now when you see it is updating, that means it is okay. You can see the label here. One more command you can run, it is yum repo list to check how many packages are there. So you can see the detail. We have the ID, this one, and the name is this, and we have almost 4,620 packages available in the DVD. So we don't need anything else. We have all the things available in the DVD. Now if you want to install anything with this, so very simple, you will give command yum install, and then you have to just mention the package name. You don't have to mention the whole name. You just don't have to mention the path. You just have to mention the name, like ypsub I want to install, and then I will press enter, and it is resolving the dependencies. And after it will tell me that what are the dependencies I have. So let's say it is saying I'm going to install this package. It is the detail of this package, and the dependency is this package. So it is saying installing one with one dependencies, and the downloaded size will be 614K. Why it is showing you the download size? Because it is like downloading a package from internet, because we are using yum. So when you are using the online server, you have to make sure that what is the size of your package, because it will take the time according to it. And after installing, it will become 1.7 MB. Now here it is saying, is this okay? This one is saying yes, and this one is saying no, and these to download only. Download only, that means it will only download, it will not install. So you can, if you want, then you can install it next time. It will keep it in a cache, so whenever you want, you can install it, and it will only download. And by default, you can see the N is capital. That means by default, if I don't give any option, it will take no. So I want to install, so I'll say yes and enter. So it is downloading, it is installing, and it is installing with the dependencies. So it has installed the ypsub with the dependency, which is we are not able to install with RPM command because of the dependencies. So whatever the dependencies you have, how many dependencies you have, you can install it without resolving those dependency manually. So this is what your local yum server. And if you want to configure the network yum server, then you need other things. That network yum server we will see when we configure the other protocols and network. Then we can configure the network yum server. So this is very easy to configure and to use. Local yum server, it is only available for this local system. If you try to use it from other machine, it will not use.